Good morning, friends. Today our subject is FOM BBA semester 1. In our last lecture, we have learned significance or importance of management and limitations of management. Why management is important? Because efficiency of activity, better work life, all these things are for importance of management. Then limitations of management. Okay, today our topic is managerial role. In different organization, different managers were working. Their roles were different. Some were communicate with others, some are solving the problems among the employees, some are allocating resources, some are negotiator, some are doing work as a marketing. So managers are the having a different role. So Mr. Mintberg classified managerial role into the three main categories, that are interpersonal role, informational role, and decisional role. We have to look all these things step by step and one by one. So in interpersonal role, the first role is figurehead. First role is figurehead. Why figurehead as a manager role of manager? Because manager communicate with each other. He is taking a responsibility of opening ceremony or any events or anything. So he complementary conduct and sources of inspiration for others in organization. He is the source or complementary for the organization, for inspiration to others, like presentation and demonstration, opening ceremony. All these things were responsibility of manager. So he is a figurehead. Then second is leader. Whatever the task is assigned by the management to the manager, in that task, manager has to take the initiative and start working towards them. So, what happens? If he start working for the particular work, then others will follow them. So, he is a leader to take initiative for whatever the task that has been assigned by the management. તો મેનેજમેન્ટ દ્વારા જે પણ ટાસ્ક અસાઇન કરવામાં આવે છે એ ટાસ્ક માટે મેનેજર ઇનિશિયેટિવ લે છે અને બીજા લોકો જે એની નીચે જે વર્ક કરે છે એમ્પ્લોય એ બધા એને ફોલો કરે છે. સો ઇઝ અ લીડર ટુ ટેક ઇનિશિયેટિવ. ધેન લાઇઝનિંગ. મેનેજર વર્ક્સ એઝ અ લાઇઝનિંગ. વોટ ઇઝ લાઇઝનિંગ? Manager works as a listening, means he works as a communicator into the organization and external to the organization. He is communicate with internal as well as organization, external as well as internal into the organization. So he is playing a role of listening as a manager. He communicate other outside matters to the organization, whatever the matters that are happening into the organization, that outside the consultant or any other person or whatever the authority they are associated with. So he is a listening also. So in interpersonal, there are three roles of manager, that is figurehead, leader and listening. The next main thing is informational role. Manager plays as an informational role. Why? Because information from one place to another, that is traveling through the manager, because he is a receiver of information, he is a creator of information or sender of information. So from the worker side, it receive the information and provide to the management, and from the management it takes information or whatever the decision has been taken regarding that and pass to the lower level. So he also play a role of informational. Now first is monitor. Manager has to regularly acquire the information from organization, within the organization, outside the organization, competitors, industry, and by analyzing that information, he has to take decision or he has to establish or he has to set the policy as per the whatever the competitors information he has received, whatever the changes required, because information is the big source through which any organization can survive into the competitive market. If we had a competitor's information, then and then only we can survive into the market. If we don't know what competitors doing, how industries work, what are the values or what product is currently running into the industry, then we cannot survive into the industry. We are going to be obsolete. So information in today's world, information plays an important role for success or failure of anything. Then second is disseminator. Disseminator means manager regularly update the information from internal as well as outside the organization and deliver that information to the colleagues. Disseminator means whatever the information he has received, this information he has to pass to their colleagues. So he can update their colleagues regarding that information. Then spokesperson, whatever the event or whatever the activity taken place into the organization, then that activity has to be make it publicly. So whatever the activity or event that has been taken place, that activity should be knowing by the others. So manager is the spokesperson. He is announcing all this activity, whatever the event or whatever the product launching has been done. So he is a spokesperson. Whenever the any event organized, then he is the spokesperson, because manager represent the organization and communicate with industry or competitors or whatever the mission, goal, or all these things, whatever they said, because he is a spokesperson and play a role of spokesperson. Then decisional role. Manager also takes decision regarding organization, whatever the decision he has a responsibility, then he is taking decision regarding this. The first is entrepreneur. Manager has to create and control the changes within the organization and create new ideas, solving the problem, efficient implementation, search for new opportunity. All these things he has to do and taken the decision regarding this. He is not actually bringing the money, capital or whatever the resources required for the production or for the organization, but he is creating new opportunity, he is taking new ideas for the organization, and whatever the problem arises he is solving. So it is a decisional role, what to do in particular situation, that is decision, how to perform or how to behave in particular situation, that is decision taken by manager. Then disturbance handler, whatever the disturbances arise into the organization, that has been handled by manager, regarding employee union, regarding salary of employee, or whatever the external issues were arise into the organization. Then the disturbances, what is disturbances? The particular thing or activity that has been arise into the our work and will disturb us for our day-to-day activity, that is disturbance, and this disturbance has to be handled by manager. Whatever the action has been performed and that action has been resolved, or whatever the issue has been arise, that issue have to solve, that is the role of manager. Then next is resource allocator. Manager also plays a role of resource allocator. He is a person who allocates resources, whatever the resources are used at a disposal for producing something. What work to be assigned to the particular employee, what should do with that employee. These are the roles played by employee or manager, because he is allocating resources for the efficient use. So manager needs to identify where the organization's physical, financial and human resources are best utilized. It includes fund allocation, assigning staff and other resources, budgetary and control. So manager is resource allocator. Then negotiator. Manager plays a role of negotiator also. Manager plays a role of negotiator. It plays negotiator within the organization or outside the organization. Within the team, it can play as a negotiator when employee and management disturbance arise or any dispute taken place. At that time, he plays a role of negotiator. Means કે આપણે જેને સમાધાન પંચ કહીએ છીએ, that is negotiator. કે ભાઈ સમાધાન કરતા હોય અથવા એ મધ્યસ્થી તરીકે રહેશે કે જ્યારે એમ્પ્લોય અને મેનેજમેન્ટ વચ્ચે કોઈ પણ ડિસ્ટર્બન્સ ઊભું થશે કે પગારની બાબતમાં કે રજાની બાબતમાં કે પછી બીજી કોઈ પણ ફેસિલિટીની બાબતમાં કે પ્રોડક્શન ટાઈમની બાબતમાં, બરાબર છે, ત્યારે મેનેજર છે એ એઝ અ નેગોશિએટર તરીકેનો રોલ પ્લે કરશે. તો આ મેઇન 3 રોલ છે: ઇન્ટરપર્સનલ રોલ, ઇન્ફોર્મેશનલ રોલ અને ડિસિઝનલ રોલ. તો આ મેઇન 3 રોલની અંદર બીજા 10 પોઈન્ટ આવે છે કે 10 રોલ આવે છે. ધેટ ઓલ રોલ આર પરફોર્મ બાય મેનેજર્સ. Then next topic is to become a great leader. What to do? Manager is a leader. That is not a different topic than this, but for becoming a great leader, what to do and what not to do, we have to discuss over here. For becoming a great leader, develop a strong value culture. As a manager, to become a great leader, he has to first take the initiative regarding whatever the work that has been assigned. Then he has to develop a strong value culture. Strong value culture. He has to develop value culture based on ethics, corporate governance, transparency, fairness among his employee. The manager has to be fair with all the employee. He is transparent, whatever the policy that has been applied. So, for that, he has to be fair, unbiased, and then he can develop a strong value culture. કે મેનેજર છે એને કોઈના પ્રત્યે શંકા, કુશંકા કે પછી કોઈ પણ જાતનું એનું જે વલણ છે એ હંમેશા ટ્રાન્સપરન્ટ હોવું, એનું જે કાર્યશૈલી છે એ હંમેશા ટ્રાન્સપરન્ટ હોવી જોઈએ. પછી કઈ રીતે એમ્પ્લોયને મોટિવેટ કરવા, બરાબર છે, એવી બધી વસ્તુ સ્ટ્રોંગ વેલ્યુ કલ્ચરમાં આવશે. કઈ રીતે એમ્પ્લોયની ભલાઈ થાય કે એમ્પ્લોયનું બેનિફિટ થાય એ રીતે કઈ રીતે વિચારવું કે એને બેયને એમ્પ્લોયી અને મેનેજમેન્ટ એની બેયની વચ્ચે રહેવાનું છે, તો એને બેયની વચ્ચે કઈ રીતે ટ્રાન્સપરન્સીથી રહે, કે બેયની વચ્ચે કેમ અનબાયસ્ડ રહેશે. આપણે કહીએ ને કે ઓલી ડાઇસ થ્રો કરીએ, બરાબર છે, તો 1 to 6 ડાઇસ મીન્સ કે આપણે પાસો હોય, પાસો, બરાબર છે, તો પાસો ફેંકીએ છીએ તો એમાં શું હોય કે 1 થી લઈને 6 સુધીના ડિજિટ હોય છે, બરાબર. હવે એ ડાઇસ છે કે પાસો, બરાબર, એ અનબાયસ્ડ છે. શા માટે? કારણ કે એમાંથી 1 થી લઈ અને 6 કોઈ પણ આવી શકે છે. એવું નથી કે 1 જ આવશે, કે 2 જ આવશે, કે 3 જ આવશે, કે 5 જ આવશે, કે 6 જ આવશે, કે 4 જ આવશે. કંઈ પણ વસ્તુ આવશે 1 થી લઈને 6. તો મેનેજર છે એને અનબાયસ્ડ રહેવું પડે છે મેનેજમેન્ટ અને એમ્પ્લોયની વચ્ચે, અને સ્ટ્રોંગ વેલ્યુ કલ્ચર ડેવલપ કરવું પડે. ધેન સેકન્ડ ઇઝ ટીમ વર્ક. કે મેનેજર છે એનું મેઇન વર્ક શું છે તો કે ટીમ વર્ક કરાવવાનું. કઈ રીતે ટીમ વર્ક થશે, કઈ રીતે બધાને એક સાથે લઈ અને ચાલવું, કઈ રીતે બધાને એક સાથે વર્ક કરવા માટે ઇન્સ્પાયર કરવા. કોઈ પણ વર્ક છે તો એમાં ટીમ વર્ક ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ છે. આપણે નાના હતા ત્યારે ભણ્યા છીએ કે એક લાકડી હોય એને બધા આસાનીથી તોડી શકે છે, પણ લાકડીનું આખું બંચ હોય તો એ તોડવું મુશ્કેલ છે. મીન્સ કે ટીમ વર્ક હશે તો તમે કોઈ પણ કામ હશે, વોટ એવર ધ વર્ક ધેટ હેઝ બીન અસાઇન્ડ, ધેટ હેઝ બીન અકમ્પ્લિશ વિધાઉટ એની હેઝાર્ડસ ઓર એની ફોલ્ટ. સો ટીમ વર્ક ઇઝ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. ધેન બી જેનરિક. For a leader, that is important. Be generic. Be generic to everyone. કે આપણે જે વાત કરી સ્ટ્રોંગ વેલ્યુ કલ્ચરમાં કે ભાઈ મેનેજર છે અનબાયસ રહેવું પડે, તો દરેક વ્યક્તિ સાથે જેનરિક રહેવું પડે. મેનેજર નીડ્સ ટુ મેન્ટેન ટીમ સ્પિરિટ among his group member and give credit for his achievement to all his team members. કે ભાઈ કોઈ પણ સક્સેસ મળે છે, બરાબર છે, તો એના માટેનો ક્રેડિટ એ પોતે એકલો ન લઈ શકે, એને બધાને ક્રેડિટ દેવો પડે કે ભાઈ આ બધા ટીમ મેમ્બર્સ છે એની મદદથી આ સક્સેસ મળ્યું છે, નહીં કે આ મારું પોતાનું એકલાનું વર્ક છે અને હું સક્સેસ થઈ ગયો છું. તો બી જેનરિક. વોટ એવર ધ વર્ક ધેટ હેઝ બીન અસાઇન્ડ ટુ ધ એમ્પ્લોયી એન્ડ પર્ટિક્યુલર એમ્પ્લોયી ધેટ હેઝ બીન કમ્પ્લીટ ધેટ વર્ક વિધાઉટ એની failure, then he has to be appreciated. Or whatever the team members that are associated that work, that team has to be appreciated. Be generic, whatever the work they have assigned. Then respect for all. For a leader, that is the one features that the leaders should always be respectful or respect all others. Who are the leaders? They respect all, whatever he is or whoever he is. If he is a child, then also leader also respect for leader has a respect for his or her. Okay. લીડર છે તો એ વ્યક્તિને બધા માટે રિસ્પેક્ટ હશે, કોઈને પણ રિસ્પેક્ટ વિના નહીં બોલાવે, દરેકને રિસ્પેક્ટ આવશે. એ પછી એનો એમ્પ્લોય હશે, એની નીચે કામ કરતો કોઈ પણ એમ્પ્લોય હશે કે પછી વોટ એવર ધ મેનેજમેન્ટનો ટોપ લેવલનું મેનેજમેન્ટમાંથી કોઈ પર્સન હશે તો એની માટે બધા માટે રિસ્પેક્ટ હશે. ધેન મેન્ટેન ક્વોલિટી ઓફ વર્ક લાઈફ, કે લીડર છે એનો મેઇન બીજો પણ એક ખાસ કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક્સ કહી શકે, હી મેન્ટેનિંગ અ ક્વોલિટી ઓફ વર્ક લાઈફ, કે એઝ અ લીડર વોટ એવર ધ એમ્પ્લોયી આર વર્કિંગ અંડર હિમ, he has to maintain quality of life for their employee or whoever the working for under them. Because if a person is not happy at home, then he is not working efficiently at office. So કોઈ પણ એમ્પ્લોયી છે ઘરે જઈ અને હેપી નથી because of his salary or whatever he is earning, or whatever the service is provided or work environment or any other things, then he is not happy at home, then he cannot work efficiently at their workplace. So providing better quality of life, make it efficient to the employee to work better or work in efficient manner. So providing better quality of life, it is a important thing for the employee or leader. So these are the topics what we have discussed today is managerial role. મેનેજરિયલમાં ત્રણ મેઇન વસ્તુ મહત્વની છે, that is interpersonal role, informational role અને decisional રોલ. બરાબર છે. તો આપણે ઝડપથી આ બધી વસ્તુ યાદ રાખવાની છે, એઝ વેલ એઝ મગપ નથી કરવાનું દોસ્તો. બરાબર છે. પણ આપણે વિચારીએ કે મેનેજર છે એ શું રોલ પરફોર્મ કરી શકે. બરાબર છે. તો આપણા માઇન્ડમાં એના રોલ છે એ ક્રિએટ થતા જાય. સિમ્પલ તમને એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું કે ભાઈ સિમ્પલ વિચારો કે આપણા ઘરે આપણા મમ્મી છે ઓર મધર. ઓકે. સો વોટ રોલ્સ પરફોર્મ બાય હર. આપણે એને એક રોલ આપ્યો છે કે હાઉસવાઈફ, કે ઘર સંભાળે છે. બટ મેનેજર છે એ આપણે એક એવું નક્કી કરીએ કે એ મેનેજરિયલ રોલ સંભાળે છે. બરાબર. But in manager or managerial role, he is performing various duties. Our mother as a housewife performing various duties. What are the duties? First of all, as a purchase officer. Why? He is bringing all the vegetables and whatever the materials required to produce the food that were bring by our mother, that is purchase officer. Second is as a chef or cook, right? Because she is producing food for us. Then cleaner, because she is cleaning our house. Then washer, because she is wash our clothes. Then finance manager, because he is managing budget of home, whatever the money assigned by father that has been managed into the particular month, or whatever the expenses arise, she has to pay. Then what other roles mother play? That is as a receptionist, whatever the guests are coming to our home, they have welcome, she is welcoming them. So there are many duties performed by our mother. Same way, manager also plays many duties as a figurehead, leader, listening, monitor, disseminator, spokesperson, entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, negotiator. Okay, make it understand in your mind what the things is going to be, what the questions are asking into the exam, and then prepare a point for that. But you have to just memorize, not a mug-up. You should know what he is doing as a manager, what is his work as a manager. Then you can write it down, all these things. Then what are the qualities to be a great leader? To develop a strong value culture, teamwork, then be generic. Whoever achieving particular things or whatever the goal he is achieved, manager has to be or leader has to be appreciate his or her work and appreciate them. Then respect for all, then maintaining quality of life. So this is what we have learned today, is managerial role as well as quality of great leader, or to become a great leader what is required. Thank you very much.